Hey Libra, come on in, have a seat. We're going to drop into your energy and see what message wants to come through for you. I'm going to open up here to get a general read of what's surrounding you at this time, what is about to approach you with the super awesome future deck. It's been a minute since we worked with this deck, but it's fun. I like the themes and the imagery that comes on through. So let's see what is in store for Libra. What does Libra have coming in for them at this time? What is coming in for Libra? Well, there's something here that is stirring things up a bit. There's a couple people in this situation that are pretty aggravated. I feel like it's a force that's contained, to be honest with you. I feel like there's a couple characters here that at one point were creating some kind of disruption for you in your life. They were like whirling dervishes, stirring up a lot of intense energy around you, maybe even pitting you against another here, kind of adding fuel to the fire, creating some kind of conflict. There could be something about sort of like a partying kind of circle coming in here, you know, people who are always out on the scene. There could be somebody in this situation who likes to throw back some drinks. Whatever this is, though, I feel like it's been contained. I think there's the winds of change coming in here to transform a situation, and where you did have something that at one point was a disruptive force. I feel like you made some kind of choice here that changed your course, and these two, maybe there were two here, could be even a couple, but there's a couple people here that were maybe stirring up quite a bit of drama for you. And I feel like whatever that is, it's been contained. There might be something shocking about this, about how these characters are getting contained. They're pretty angry about it, whatever this is. All right, let's see what this is, Libra. What is coming in here? Also, you may deal with some really windy weather whipping through where you live. The name Windy could have some significance too. And with this, we got a king coming out here. So there's somebody coming towards you. There's somebody that's about to take a pretty strong action here. They're evoking a bit of bravery. With the lion reference here, I do feel like this is something that's going to come your way in August. This is somebody who is going to open up some kind of communication with you. It's possible it could be a Leo, or there could be a Gemini in the mix here. There could be somebody born in the year of the horse, or Sagittarius in connection with this. But this is some kind of opportunity to open the road and head down a certain path of exploration here. There's been something that's been completely digested in a situation. It's been given over to the South Node. This is pretty wild here, okay? I feel like for a while you were on an infinity loop. And why I say it's wild is because the number 8 kept coming in Gemini's read. So there could be something of significance here. There could have been something that was operating very subversively in your situation that was creating a lot of feeling of unrest is how it's coming through. It's like sensing that something's off, or something's not right, or something is just not the way it should be. I don't know how other to explain it than that. It's just something's off here. And it created a real distrustful environment for you, I feel, for a while. The number 8 is significant in relation to this. It was either a Scorpio, or potentially something that was clandestine, something that was secret, something that was hidden, okay? It could have been a Leo, somebody who was born in August. Could have been a Virgo, okay? That's possible too. Somebody who was born on the 8th, somebody could be a life path number 8. I mean, whatever this is, it's coming in pretty strongly. And there might be something that has you pulling a diamond out of the void on Lion's Gate because something is finally digested. You're not on an infinity loop with this anymore. It's actually being balanced out into something that's really going to have staying power here. It's beautiful. There's something about knot work coming in here. The knot's been unraveled, okay? So something that maybe was really energetically holding you in place too is being resolved here. Interesting. Okay, let's see what this is. More details for Libra. More details for Libra in relation to this. Also, with that energy of 1, there could be an Aries in the mix too, right? I mean, something that you did close cycle on is about to come back around the bend. It's like a rebirth of this energy. It's going to come in around the eclipse. Something's going to try to resurface here after it's been, you know, laid to rest. I really feel that. You got to be aware of this, whatever this is. Maybe there's something, a particular character that you've been connected to is seeing something differently than they initially viewed it. It's almost giving me the impression, because you notice all these figures here, these shadowy zombies here, they look very different than this one. That's like getting an infusion of like, this green is giving me the sense of like, just no, you know, I'm not going to be buried by this. There could have been like a group of people that were feeding on somebody's brains and maybe got them roped into something that was against their better judgment. But there could have been something about so many people kind of all grouped together talking in this person's ear. It made them go along for the ride. And I feel like whatever that was, you closed the door on it because you couldn't stay in that kind of atmosphere here. You knew there was a lot that was going on behind the scenes. You knew there was a lot that was operating in the dark. And you may not have had all the details, but you know, it's one of those things that it's like, you know what you know when you know it. I feel that pretty potently. I think it was a big initiatory process for you too. At one point, you know, you may have had to kind of like go underground yourself. You may have had to really pull your energy back. You needed to rest. You needed to restore. This can also be you like coming finally back into a position of really having your strength back. You're resurfacing here after earthing for a while, grounding your energy. Just as you're starting to rise back up here, you got these characters emerging from the shadow. They're relentless. They're relentless to feed on your brain. They want to pick on your brain. They want details. Be aware of what details you share here. There's a sense of like trying to tap in, trying to hear at a distance, trying to locate too, something like this. Maybe some people don't know where you are. They're trying to locate you. I don't like this energy. It's really operating in the shadow. There's something that does need to be completed here. There's something that needs to be brought to a successful conclusion. There's every indication that you're going to be able to do this. I think there's like some consternation among a particular group of people who feel like they don't understand how you're still like able to take a licking and keep on ticking. Like they thought that they buried you. It's the impression I'm getting here. And you're kind of like resurfacing here. 21 breaks down to 3. It's like you're resurfacing into this like creative Empress energy. It's like, no, instead of being like down for the count, somehow you've been like able to enter this space where you're teeming with life. And so now there's like, it's simultaneously coming through as like a curiosity about you. Like, well, how did you do that? So what did they do? You know what I'm saying? These people must have really done some pretty shady shies, man, if they thought that there was no way you would bounce back from it. That's creepy. Okay? That's really creepy. And so they're at once like kind of like curious, like, how did you do that? And they want to pick your brain. They want some details here. They may try to fall back on familiarity with you to get some of those details. Be aware, okay? There's something about that. But there's also this, you know, piece about, oh, maybe wanting to get in your head too. Wanting to get in your head, hoping you don't see their involvement in a situation. Okay, that's interesting as well. We got Capricorn in the mix here too. Whenever I think of Capricorn, I always think about that 10th house. So this has something to do with your reputation, how you're seen. Maybe some way that you are seen now that's kind of shedding a light on a particular group that's been in the shadow. They're trying to maybe suppress this before it gets too much traction. Fixed sign energies could be involved in this situation. Scorpio, Taurus, Aries. I went to say Aries. I don't mean to say Aries. That's interesting. Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio, and Leo. Interesting. You could have a strong Aries in your chart, or there could be some connection there that might really highlight to you why these people are so invested in you. Yeah, they really want to know where you're going. They see that you're moving forward quickly here with whatever this is, or they anticipate this. There's also something about home base here, home base expanding, home base becoming really stabilized here. There's like something about home base expanding. There's also a new adventure that's opening up here. And I really do feel like it's you moving forward in a way that is in some way, it's like leveling up your day-to-day reality, all right? There might be some kind of trip you take here that's of significance. But I mean, home base, that's a pretty big home base there. It looks good. There's something being illuminated with the new moon solar eclipse coming in around this. It's like you're getting some significant coordinates here, and you're moving forward maybe in a very different way than you expected. It might be a little unusual the way your chariot comes in. It will require that you travel light, and when I say that, also don't take any BS forward with you about times when you tried to go for something in the past and it didn't turn out the way you wanted. I feel like this, whatever this is, it's got some real solidity here. It's got some stability here. And it's greener pastures, okay? So this is something that's really positive for you. But also, you might need to take some kind of trip, too, to establish something, to root something, to take advantage of this turning of the wheel of fortune, right? So it may happen very spontaneously, too. That could be why, you know, you got some characters coming around here that want details. Especially if they tried to bury you before, they might want to cut something off at the pass. Right? Catty energy. Yeah, you may have a strong Gemini placement. You might want to drop in on Gemini's read. I really shuffled this deck and cut it multiple times just to make sure I mixed up the energy. And yeah, there's some connecting point here. There's some justice that's coming in for you, but you do have this like catty group of people here. Ooh, look at that. It might be two feminines and a masculine here. Something's felt off about this. You may have suspected something about this. This can be people who like to operate in secrecy. These could be people that are connected to some kind of like secret society. It might be three that are like spearheading this, but there's actually a much larger group of people here, okay? Much larger group of like, it gives the impression like the zombies, almost like flying monkey kind of energy. But there's three here who are kind of like stirring the pot. Also, we got an orb here, okay? Somebody's been trying to scry into your future. There could have been somebody doing some candle work on you too. But this group of three, there's something that's shattering in relation to this alliance here. They're all looking in different directions. I think something's going on that it's making them realize that they're on a little bit of shaky ground here, right? They're all keeping secrets from each other is what I'm hearing. It's like three three have been problematic for you, but some alignments coming in. And there may be three here that are trying to beat each other to the punch, to be the first to approach you to balance things out, to sort of get them out of a tight jam. Interesting. One more round of this, and then I'm going to dive into the Cartomancy. Yeah, I expect to receive a message. I think you're surprised to hear from this person. It's coming out crossing in reverse. So you may not even be, you know, really happy to hear from this person. It's almost like it comes in like a red flag. It does have Tower energy in connection with it. It could be an Aquarius. There's also this aspect here that this is somebody that once there was a lot of loyalty. This could be a friend. Okay, you're hearing from a friend. Okay, a friend who wants to move something forward with you or wants to try to open up some like path of exploration. It's a red flag. That's all I know. It's a red flag. You're surprised to hear from this person. Let me do a cut of the deck. See what we got. Could be somebody born in the year of the dog. And you're here like the cat lady. You're like, you know what? I know that you're trying to get details. I know what you're up to. I'm just over here chilling. I'm staying in my own energy. You've probably really been on hermit mode. This is also being in that like high priestess energy, keeping your own counsel. You know you got to keep your own counsel in order for you to have your chariot to keep moving forward here, right? It's like time's up. So there's sort of like there's other energies coming around that I feel are connected to three that are trying to cozy up, you know, get some deets. They want to know what's going on with you here. But I think you're just keeping it cool. I think you're keeping it cool and you're keeping to yourself. And I do think that's in your best interest. You don't even look like you're bothered to be kind of like staying in your own energy. It looks like you're feeling pretty good about that. All right. And on the other side here, this is what's interesting to me. You have some loyal figures focused on you. Now, this is coming in as masculine energy, Wheel of Fortune energy. It's also got that like secret society vibe. But there's like a group of masculines here that maybe almost operate like kind of like big brother energy, or they feel like, you know, they need to look out for you, or they've been seeing what's been going on within this catty group of people. There could have been a little commingling at one point between the dogs and the cats, you know, and it didn't mix. It ended up being problematic. It wasn't the right blend, okay? There's you know, some men here that have their eye on you, some masculines here. I feel like for Libra right now, the masculine is a lot more trustworthy than the feminine. And I know some people may really have an issue with me saying that, but it is how it's coming through. It's like it secures the Wheel of Fortune for you. Be aware of cattiness, man. And so just, you know, for those who like to raise issues around that when I refer to man or woman, I just want to say, you know, place it where it belongs. There can be men who act really effeminate and act very catty, and vice versa. Okay, there can be women that pull more from their masculine, right? So don't you know, apples and oranges. Don't get caught up in all the particulars. You know how it's speaking to you, but there's loyalty here, and they're all looking in the same direction. One recently came back into this fold reluctantly because they had to acknowledge something they weren't seeing about you or the situation involving you. And it was a little bit of a bitter pill for them to admit that. But now they see that, yeah, it came as a shock, all right? Came as a shock. But I do feel like this is what got this group moving here to kind of come in and try to look out for you. But I feel like there's an interception move here from some friend that was maybe connected to this reluctant one. It's kind of how it's coming through. And it's a red flag. It should be a red flag. Because there's something shady about that, whatever that was. Why were you teamed up together, okay? You may have felt like a friend betrayed you with who they partnered up with or who they were working with here. Okay? What you're finding out about here may be highly problematic. All right, so I would hold off on responding to something, especially if you get a message and maybe there's only a certain way this person can reach out to you. They may reach out to you through snail mail. You could have blocked this person. Okay, so that's something to be aware of here. All I know is it comes in as like a red flag to you. Like, first of all, how did you find me? Okay, how did you get my address? In some cases, all right? You may feel like somebody's done something they shouldn't have done. You may feel like somebody's doxed you. You may feel like somebody's been going too deep into locating you, right? All right, let's see, what is this energy? This energy is really coming forward in general during this particular lunar cycle and is bleeding in for you. So just one round here, Libra, just to highlight the messages and get some further clues for you about this situation. Bottom of the deck. I mean, I think you're seeing the situation very clearly. There's no glamour cast over you. I think you got options that are starting to open up for you. And it's like, okay, now your energy is shifting, you know, your energy may have been more kind of quiet because you were like really getting your grounding and you were getting things established in your life. You may have been doing a lot of that behind the scenes. But people can feel the shift in your energy. They can feel that there's like options coming in for you. They feel that things are happening for you. And so just as that's happening, it's like there's this energy to move forward, to bring a little confusion, a little glamour in the mix. But you see things very clearly. You know what are good options and you know what needs to be, you know, denied here. Denied access. Okay, give me some more details about this. Man, you know, I'm so over this kind of energy being out in the collective. It's ridiculous. I mean, there's been a lot of delays put in your way. There's been a lot of just stupid shit that's been holding you back, you know, and it's really based on pettiness. So I feel it's really based, it's like, it's this conflict. It's this desire to try to cut off some kind of success for you, something that is perceived as a big win. It's like this is what's been trying to get destabilized for you. No, we don't want you to arrive at that point where you experience this turning in the wheel of fortune that you've been working towards. We want to throw that alignment off. This could have been something too that disrupted some kind of stability for you, some kind of success for you. It could have caused problems within a home as well, okay? But I see that you got the power in your hands here, so this works out in your favor. I feel like these delays are coming to an end, but know what you're dealing with and don't tell yourself a story about it. And don't be afraid of just really, you know, exercising that power you hold when you make these decisions and with anything that you communicate here, because I feel like it hits it right on the mark. There's some action you're taking here. It's like some really good option coming in for you, and there's some of these options you want to explore. So I don't think you should deny yourself. Yeah, and this just flipped up of its own accord, you see? You got this opportunity is coming in. Something is finally ready to be received. And whatever this is, I mean, it puts you in a more powerful position, but it's been held back as long as it can be held back. So any kind of desire to try to like cut this off at the pass, I don't feel like it's gonna be successful at all. Let's see what's on the top of the deck here is a shadowy influence, but that is what's trying to be attempted here with the Jack of Spades in the shadow. This is somebody who wants to come in with real quick, abrupt communication that they're hoping stops you in your tracks. So be aware of even entertaining this. And if there's somebody you want to talk to and they reach out to you through some alternate route and you're really like, no, I said what I said, I feel the way I feel, I'm not even inviting this in because I know what this is. I don't need to hear what you have to say. It's very clear what's up here. I would suggest don't even bother opening it, because it could get you hooked into something that, you know, you're not focused on that. Yeah, you're not focused on that. And there is something here that really is aligned for you that's coming into view with the Six of Hearts. This is something that's really going to make you feel like, you know what, sometimes when you do dare to dream for something, it really does come true. It really does come true. It really does effing come true. It might shock you. Look at that. Really good news. Don't let this get in your head and affect some kind of ending when you already dealt with the knives in the back before. Let life settle that score. And with that, we got the Queen of Diamonds here in the shadow. Greedy for what you hold. Allow this one to just unfold the way that the divine has the design, because I think that you'll find that there really is justice when it all comes out in the wash. Godspeed.